Hello there, folks. Welcome back. Every week, I write an educational newsletter packed with crack climbing tips and technique, and this is a quick audio reading of this week's issue. The number one mistake everyone makes when jamming, plus the easy fix. I've been teaching some more crack climbing recently at a number of different events, and I got asked a lot, not about what to do, but what not to do. And it got me thinking, what is the most common mistake I see when teaching crack climbing? It's a mistake you've probably made, and you probably don't even know you're doing it. Everyone does it, but it's such an easy fix. For every jam, you have a starting position, which is outside the crack, and a finish position, which is locked inside the crack. These two positions are completely different from one another. The starting position, your hand and foot enters the crack in its thinnest, narrowest orientation. The finish position, your hand and foot expands inside the crack into a thicker, wider orientation to lock it in place. Where a lot of people tend to go wrong is that they learn what the finish position should feel like inside the crack, but then they start replicating that wider hand shape outside the crack before the hand is even inside. Let's take a basic thumb up hand jam as an example. We know we want to start with an L-shaped hand outside the crack, with the pinky side of our hand and the tips of our fingers orientated towards the crack entrance, giving us the thinnest profile possible. However, as that hand moves towards the crack, so many people instinctively start making the hand jamming shape too early. You're effectively making your hand bigger again before you've even put it inside. I would actually say this mistake is more common with people who have a basic to good understanding of jamming rather than total beginners. Why is that? Because intermediate climbers feel confident with the end product once it's in the crack, but by expanding too early, they fail to reach the correct depth, quite often leaving part of the hand sticking out when it doesn't need to be. When jams start to get thin, so like paddle jams and thin hand jams, this mistake is magnified and the flaw in technique really starts to show. I often say with jamming that a few millimeters difference in hand depth on a thin hand crack can make a whole grade difference. And I'm not exaggerating, small differences make a huge difference. So, how do we fix it? It's actually very simple. Number one, remember the distinction. You have a starting position and a finish position, and they must stay separate. Number two, holding off on expanding. Keep your hand and foot in its thinnest dimension until you are 110% confident it is fully inside the crack at its desired depth. Number three, engage only at full depth. So only execute the finished expanded position once you've reached maximum depth. It all sounds so simple, and it is if you actually execute them intentionally. Spend that extra time to wiggle those thin hands a little deeper. Make sure all the thumb pulp is past the crack edges on your hand jams, and you'll be amazed at how much more bomber they feel. If you want these tips delivered straight to your inbox every week, hit the newsletter link in the show notes. And if you're ready to take your jamming to the next level, make it painless, secure, and actually fun, check out Global Crack School. It packs over 40 years of combined experience from Tom and me into 30 days. Plus, you get direct access to me to troubleshoot your specific climbing struggles. All the links are in the show notes below. Happy jamming, folks, and speak very soon.